welcome to another Mad Chats and Recaps with myself and Tasha. Ah, Tasha has a lovely background today. Wow. Moon, ravens, bats, really setting us into the spooky vibe for
It'll
the
be like this until November.
Oh man, well, welcome. We are glad to be back with another recap show. This is for the week of August the 8th through the 14th on Mad Bird Streams. I think this was actually a week where we had all of our shows, like all of them. There wasn't a cancellation or postponement. So perfect.
Amazing.
So we're going to start out with the Forsaken for last Monday, discovering a little more about their ancestors' past. The party finish up their questions with Miki, the Warforged, and take the items with them as they start back towards the settlement. But first, they stop at a small house further up the mountain. Magdalen's grandmother, Helena Rockadil, seeming to be the strategist of the torch, the party's ancestors. Yeah, traffic. The party's ancestors. She tries to set them on a course of action, giving them what surly guidance she can, while also providing them with information, including maps laying out the current locations of most of the time devices. Armed with more than they had a day earlier, the group head back to the settlement, seeking out Nadrano. Gerbil heads off on his own, however, finding Shanad, Losa, and Elsatra, an elf who was around when Losa and her brother were brought to the clan that once lived there. Gerbil learns that Losa's parents were an elf and a bugbear, and that the timing matches pretty closely to his time in the Feywild with Addie. With his suspicions revealed to Elsatra, and after lending his longbow to Losa for practice, Gerbil heads back to the group. Just as he gets there, however, someone peeks into Nadrano's tent, letting him know that someone had just came through their teleportation circle.
Who was it?
I guess we'll find out.
Oh, well then.
Yeah, we don't know. I mean, I know. And actually, we revealed the Patreon exclusive, so the patrons know. But we'll find out tonight. But yeah, so Gerbil has kids.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's what, because, he was in the Feywild with an elf, with, his partner, Addie. Kind of lost track of what happened there, doesn't remember everything. And, yeah. We have these cute little half elf, half bugbear kids.
What? Sounds so silly. And elegant at the same time. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I need to see art for this.
Oh, sure. I'll have to do that sometime. Yeah. So on Wednesday's the Penumbra Assembly, Tasha, what happened there?
Let's see. So, as our party tries to figure out what to do about their guard situation, Jade, the Tabaxi Inn worker, runs away in shock after walking in on their cleanup.
Whoops.
Yvonne running after her, desperate to explain and get help. Meanwhile, Quinn lays out the guard situation in Amikir, while Orr, the innkeeper, provides a private and discreet warning. Be careful. He agrees with Quinn that the other guards in the city may not be entirely innocent, and that they may need to be cautious who they trust from here on out in the city. 3 guards soon arrive, taking stock of everything that happened and getting Quinn's and the party's testimonies. Guard Kellery is dead. The guards warn that the group will not go unwatched in the city and that they will be collected when a report must be given to higher ups at the estate. After they leave, it's a waiting game. Accordia Zolan's messenger, Yuchek, finds them, thinking it's the perfect time to talk before he and Zenith leave for the material plane. He tries to answer what questions he can for Accordia, while also providing them with a bit more info on who hired their benefactor and why. The party then decide it may be a good time to pay Lady Lyra Amikir a visit. But once they arrive at the estate, are refused entry until they are collected for their report. As they leave, however, another approaches. That sounds a lot like my dog.
It was, yeah.
Anyways,
Had a lot to say. Your dog had something to say about this
she was very passionate
summary.
about this
Very
episode.
passionate about the summary. Yeah. I love that the group was like, even though the guards who they know are from the estate were like, yeah, you're going to have to give a report. We'll come and get you. You know, don't do anything. You're being watched. Are like, hey, let's go to the estate and try to talk to the person who runs this place. And think that they're going to get an in. Think that they're going to be let inside. We might be wanted for murder, but the ruler might want to talk to us one-on-one. Maybe. You know, there's no security issue here. It's okay.
Fine.
It's fine. Yeah, so they're in some possible hot water. We'll see. So on Saturdays in Extremis, let me just take that off here and switch the marker. Look at me. When our Sky Pirates battle with the giant subterranean lizards got much more intense with the arrival of a local rock, which is like this huge like eagle bird type thing. The battle became less about winning and much, much more about surviving. Friends were dropping one after another, barely being raised from unconsciousness just in time to be knocked out again. Some crew were lifted 100 feet or more and then dropped by this rock creature. Thankfully, their creative and impromptu decision-making in battle kept them alive long enough to overcome the challenges of this battle and got way out of hand, make it back to their wagons, and use their skills to obscure their gateway and leave without a trace.
Like the spell. Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
So Sinister went unconscious 3 times. Liazana went unconscious twice. Brilith went unconscious twice. And post-battle, now that we're supposedly safe away from this, like, because we ran from the eagle because it was just too much. We got the lizards taken down. Or at least a good portion of that was Zia and Grundy who did that. And Sinister. And we got them taken down, got back to the wagons. Everyone's revived now. And there are none of us that are above 8 hit points.
Damn.
It really seemed like a Kyr's Lament. Yep, predicament, but we're all okay for now.
Thank goodness.
It was wild. Those lizards, like, they didn't have a lot of hit points apparently, but like that they had multi-attacks, so they could hit twice. They were all in the same initiative order, like they were all together, and they each hit did like 20 to 35, 36 damage. So
lizards are awesome.
It was wild.
I'm not biased or anything.
But... Yeah. Oh, of course not. Of course not. All right. So what happened on Obsidian Scar?
Ooh, because it was new.
Yay!
Yay! So after a rowdy evening at Lashana's party, the crew set out to prepare themselves for the evening's plans of sneaking into the Temple of Kelemvor and taking a sacred artifact. They scout out the temple itself, determining its security measures, then head out to find non-lethal magic in the hopes of only subduing those who might get in the way. The party notices an influx in tieflings, making Ileana a bit uneasy based on a letter she sent a few months ago. After a lovely dinner at Now You Sashimi, our heroes met up with Lashana, hatched a plan, and began their infiltration of the temple of Derek's deity.
Bum, bum, bum. Just to clarify, Ileana was not just nervous that there were more tieflings in the city.
Right. Were they because they were hot?
Well, no. She had
Uh,
asked a bunch of tieflings for help with her empire
right.
situation where she came from because they're trying to kill her. She wrote just a couple of tiefling people for help that have like big armies, and they one of them, someone responded, just doesn't know who it is, was tipped
Mhm.
off so that they're looking for her, and she's not exactly 100% positive they're looking for her to help or if they're looking like to kill her. It's fine.
Everything is fine.
It's okay. Um, yeah, so it's not just because there's an influx of tieflings that she's like, whoa! There are reasons behind it. She's not racist. Not anymore.
She's just, you are just optimistically cautious.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, Ileana let out a little bit more about her past to the group, which was fun.
Aw.
We were trying to kind of like eat up some time because Derek wasn't there last night, so we were like, well, we don't want to get too far into this temple raid of his deity without Derek being there. So
That's smart.
yeah.
Did you play like Never Have I Ever?
No,
What is the one that we did?
no,
I don't know.
yeah, something like
It was a
that.
drinking
No,
game.
Ileana was just being like, just some things came up. They were in a temple, and she started talking about how she doesn't really care for her deity anymore, and then like the whole like tiefling situation came up, and then so yeah, it was fascinating. Yeah, so that's all the recaps we have for you now. We have in the future, next few months, some more D&D shows coming. So this will be a fuller experience. It'll be longer. I
Y'all love to hear us
girthier,
talk.
girthier, longer and girthier, and it will fill you up more.
Like that.
Okay, let's go. So we do have a website up and running, a merch store at madbirdstreams.com. You can find our merch there, as well as links to other things. That's also on our Twitch page as well. We do still have occasionally, we're working on getting this more consistently on the schedule, the print to paint on Mondays at 12 p.m. Eastern time. We just have to work on Dan's wake up schedule on Mondays.
What a call out.
Listen, it's fine.
It's fine. This is our show.
We're going to get that together. Birthdays this week, however, I don't think we don't have any cancellations as far as shows go this week. But birthdays this week, we have Michelle Write Meow. Michelle, who plays on our Monday night campaign, is Juniper, and is in the community. Her birthday is on Saturday, on the 20th. And
happy birthday!
Yeah, and also who's in our Twitch chat sometimes, not really in the Discord, but Wavy Lines had a birthday last week. So great August birthdays. Yeah, that's all that we got for this week. Thank you so much. We'll see you in Twitch, we'll see you in Discord, and we'll see you next week for some more recaps. All right. Bye.
Bye.
Well, we actually win on 1 instead of 0. So hi,
Of
welcome.
course.
But I can't do this right, y'all.
No.
I'm not a famed TV producer like some of us here, or editor. I don't know. What's your official title, Jonathan?
Huh? Oh, you're
What's-
talking about me?
What's your official title?
He wasn't even
Just,
listening to his accolades.
Yes.
Or
His name is
That's-
Emmy award-winning
Just-
Jonathan.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
we're
it.
getting
That is his
Jonathan
name.
Reedy, education, video content producer, editor. No, I'm not. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Hey,
Donate to
Wavy.
your local PBS station.
Anyone else
Nice.
Viewers
watching?
like you.
Just so you know, Wavy, I know that Michelle probably wasn't listening, but for we did mention the both of you in the birthdays for our recap because
oh,
we
Michelle
go
too?
we go over community
Oh.
birthdays, so the ones that we know of, and so yeah,
Thanks.
you're welcome. I said how old you are, where you were
Oh,
born.
right.
No, I'm just
Yeah.
kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Oh,
Welcome
you're
to
welcome.
Badbury Streams, where we
Wavy.
dox everybody.
I mean, if you
44,
put it in
24.
Stephanie's hands, it might happen.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not creative enough to come up with a username for Twitch, so
Aw.
All right. Well, thank you, viewers, for being here and for the players. Unfortunately, we're down a Dan tonight. We're down a Kazeel, but they will be missed, and we look forward to hopefully having a full group next week. All right, let's start out. We did our the inspiration rolls. Y'all were like, yeah, let's do that before stream. And Stephanie, I already see who got it. Zavar, 20. I rolled a 20.
Wow.
Wow.
Better
Okay.
now than the
Yeah.
monsters.
Really,
Yeah.
really
I'll mark
quick,
that down.
really quick rabbit trail. We rolled inspiration last night on Obsidian Scar. All 3 of the players present rolled a 16.
That's statistically unlikely.
So none of you got it.
No, we all got it.
I mean, it's all the same.
Yeah.
You're all
Wow,
equally
that's-
close.
Yeah. Everyone's
DM's too nice.
special. Everyone's
That's
special
funny.
here. All right. Yes.
Quick question.
Yes.
Do we all know about the save Zatara, get Zatara out of the library? Oh wait. Never mind. It wasn't revealed to the viewers.
Oh, right. Well, I mean, so
Was it?
Dun, dun,
yeah,
dun.
it was
Never mind. Nope, I said nothing.
so Nadronal did mention that they were trying to get a historian, the historian out of the library, and I think that Kazeel, I think it was affirmed or confirmed kind of that it was Zatara, that he was trying to convince to get out of the library and to come to the Northern Crown. But they were still working on it, was the last thing that officially was heard that the viewers would know about. All right, let me get a little bit of music going
If you want to know what
here.
we're talking about? Patreon.
Just stay
Yeah.
tuned. Well, just stay tuned for the next couple of minutes
You'll
here.
learn.
Well, yeah,
One
that
minute.
too.
Well,
You'll
that
learn.
too.
You'll
But
learn.
sneak peeks.
But I do have to give a recap from last week because that's what we do here. So here, let me bring it up. So last week on The Forsaken, discovering a little more about their ancestors' past, the party finish up their questions with Miki, the Warforged, and take the items with them as they start back towards the settlement. But first, they stop at a small house further up the mountain. Magdalen's grandmother, Helena Rockadell. Seeming to be the strategist of the Torch, the party's ancestors, she tried to set them on a course of action, giving them what surely guidance she could, while also providing them with some information, including maps, laying out the current locations of most of the time devices. Armed with more than they had a day earlier, the group went back to the settlement, seeking out Nadronal. Gerbil went off on his own, finding Shanad, Losa, and Osatra, an elf who was around when Losa and her brother were brought to the clan that once lived there. Gerbil learns that Losa's parents were an elf and a bugbear, and that the timing matches pretty closely to his time in the Feywild with Addie. With his suspicions revealed to Osatra and lending his long bow to Losa for practice, Dribble went back to the group. Just as he gets there, however, someone peeked into Nadranel's tent, letting him know that someone had just came through their teleportation circle. And that's where we pick up here on the Forsaken. Dun, dun, dun. All right. So, little scene setting. Gerbil, I just went ahead and just said that you had just kind of stepped back into Nadranel's tent when when this kind of messenger kind of peeks their head in. Lets Nadranel know, someone just came. You just have we have a visitor through the teleportation circle. Nadranel kind of, may I ask if we know the person? I believe it's two people actually. I believe one of them is one of your people that you have out to recruit people, and the other one is I believe, I don't know, someone by the name of Zatara. Oh, Nadranel says, and thank you. I'll take care of it. And we'll kind of look at the rest of you really quick before kind of ducking back out.
Dribble will hold the tent flap open for everybody else. Like, follow.
Nadranel will be like, oh, yes, please. Kazil will be very eager to go, and will kind of probably be one of the first ones out. Anyone not going or anyone staying behind?
No, follow.
Nope. Yeah, follow.
Okay. Yes, Zafar?
I wasn't in the tent, I don't think. I think I'd wandered off for a little bit.
Oh,
right, you
you're
went to go spar with
absolutely
somebody.
right. I'm so sorry. Yeah.
Forgot about you.
I know.
Well, no, I just forgot. I didn't forget about Zavar. I just forgot that he wasn't there. Okay, so Zavar, we'll put a pause on that for a minute. Was there anything that you were wanting to do while you were?
It wasn't that big a deal. Just while the other stuff, when I had wandered off, because I'd gotten those gloves from
Mm-hmm.
that cool place.
Yeah.
And I split off to wander into the tents or the kind of common area, looking for either someone to spar with or someplace that I could check out these gloves and just get some fighting, because I could tell that they felt different. I knew
Okay.
they were different.
Okay.
And that's mostly it.
All right.
But I definitely wanted to find someone or find something. My intent wasn't to take a lot of time, but it's like as far as game wise, I know I need to attune them. So I thought, well, I'm gonna have to get used to them if that's gonna happen.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, these gloves, Zavar, you this is gloves soul catching. You put these gloves on Zavar, and they have kind of a dark blackish gray look to them, and they have some embroidery on them. You put them on and they seem to fit very well. Is he Tifa now? They seem to fit very well. And you're kind of surprised. They just almost like that they were made for you. You take a look around for someone to spar with. Make a perception check, please.
Six.
Oh. So far, you look around, and you definitely see people around in the settlement, but they seem to be, you have the magic school practicing down, off to themselves. It seemed to be, you see Hashana over there, and Losa and Shanad as well. Well, you see Shanad especially. Losa will be kind of off to the side, kind of practicing with a bow against some trees. In fact, where Losa is practicing, there is a nice little kind of glade that's right there, kind of close to the cliff, but not like right there upon it, that you could practice in if you wanted to. But you do kind of take a quick kind of just kind of circle around the, around part of the settlement. You don't see really anyone, that it doesn't seem to be busy with something else, or that seems to be, a good sparring partner. But you do see a couple little smaller groves of trees, or you can go up the mountain to some more trees as well. Like towards, in the direction of where you went to the cave, the grove.
I think something close is still better. I'd rather stick
Okay,
close to the area.
sure. So just find a small grove of trees there to kind of practice against and...
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right, I'll say that you're able to find some trees in the same grove that Losa's in. It's not too close to her, so if you needed to, like, practice anything that you weren't sure, you wouldn't be putting her in any danger, I guess.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Do you stay there for a while?
Just a little while, just so I can kind of get the feel of them, see if I can tell they're different, or I just want to get a sense of how they fit and move.
Okay.
And once I'm comfortable, I'll be pretty happy and wander back.
Okay. I would say that probably in between the time they sit down with Nadrano and kind of talk to him and then this interruption happens, it's probably like a half hour. Do you think that would be enough time, or do you think you'll be out there longer?
That's enough for now.
Okay. All right. So I'd say you head back just as the messenger is kind of decking back out of the tent, and they pass you and like, oh, sorry, and just continue on. So as you step into the tent, pretty much everyone's like getting up and like getting ready to leave.
Like, oh.
Mm-hmm.
Since Zavar was practicing near Shanad and Losa, would he have seen Gerbil talking with him and gave Losa his bow?
I would say that probably Zavar is definitely focused on his gloves and on his ability.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say that that wouldn't have happened like right there in the grove, that you kind of went off to the side a bit. So I'll
Okay.
say no.
Okay.
All right. So everyone follows Nadrano and Kazil as they, Nadrano in the lead, Kazil right behind as they head towards quite a few tents back. It's almost in the kind of like off to the side in the settlement, up against the mountainside almost. Head back in that direction, and there is a tent set up with a couple of Rashaska guards standing outside. Nadrano will kind of nod as he steps in, and there's two more Rashaska guards inside the tent. And then, as some of you will recognize, well, no, I guess all of you are at the library. So all of you would recognize Zatara standing there, as well as, were Juniper and Zavar. No, you weren't, because you both joined the group in Dim Glimped, correct?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay. So Tegan, Kazil,
This is my
Gerbil.
surprised face that I don't recognize as NPC.
so Tegan, Gerbil, and Kazil, and Renarius would recognize Deft, the Tabaxi, who was Zephyr's brother. And you see kind of a very like shocked expression on Deft's face as y'all walk in. Zavar and Juniper, you wouldn't really understand why. But yeah, you'll see Dev kind of be like, almost do a double take of like, oh. Nadrano doesn't seem to notice Deft's luck, but will greet Deft and be like, Deft, good to see you. And Zatara, are you okay? Zatara will give a kind of very kind of brief nod, and she has like, she looks over encumbered, and in fact has like a large bag on a large satchel on the ground beside her, but has two kind of draped over her that just seem to be spilling with like papers and books, and it seems like that she brought as much as she could with her. Can we go and sit down somewhere to and she'll kind of like look over the group and, oh, hi. It's been a bit. Glad to see everyone's okay.
Insight check. No.
Sure, if you want to, but Najera will be like, of course. Yeah, I mean, she seems, it's hard to tell. It's the lighting. The lighting's hard to read her facial features. Yeah.
Trevor's eyes are so watery.
It's a little like you came out from the sun into this kind of like darkened tent that only has like a couple of lights up, so your eyes are still adjusting. Of course. Let's go to one of the spare tents and we can talk. Kind of look to the rest of you. If you want to follow me, you don't have to, but... And Nadrana will kind of guide Zatara out of the tent, take one of her bags, take a couple of her bags, and which she will happily give to him. You can almost see her shoulders kind of like, just kind of trying to loosen up her shoulders. And Nadrana will lead you to one of the extra tents that y'all were kind of sitting in the day before, I think. Waiting. Close the flap after everyone enters in. And there's plenty of seating in these tents still, and they've been kind of made up since the day before. Zatara will kind of sit down very, kind of rigidly and a little awkwardly. I'm sorry to surprise you, Nadrano. It wasn't really my intention. It doesn't matter to me. I'm just happy to see that you've apparently, unless you've come here for other reasons. I don't want to be a part of that I don't want to be there anymore. Daft did a very in-depth, came with everyone, kind of sitting off to the side, kind of away from everyone a little bit, but still like part of the conversation. Daft did a really good job on convincing me that, I was never there because of the who's there. I was there because of the history. And kind of like looks at Nadrano, like trying to see if he understands. But Daft convinced me that, if I wanted to, experience the history of the library that was really kind of here, right? With the people who founded the library. So yeah, I decided to come here.
Are you in any danger of being here in the Northern Crown now?
Well, I mean, granted, if I leave the Northern Crown, probably. The way they understand, Toronto and Daftis told me, is that the Northern Crown's kind of protected here, which is nice. But yeah, no, I mean, I'm sure if I leave, but I feel like I'm in no worse position than the rest of you are. So,
Welcome to the party.
she'll kind of give a small smile. Thank you, Renarius. Well, I brought all my stuff with me, talking to Warden Adrano, books and papers. And is it too much to ask if I can have a tent here? No, no. I hope you understand if I have a couple of guards outside your tent for a few nights, just kind of keeping an eye. No, I understand. I know I've kind of been with the enemy. I don't want to be anymore, but I understand the caution. Just to remind everyone, kind of Zatara's Zatara Waterstar. Her appearance, she has this very, very pale skin, dark, kind of black blue hair that's in these different little braids and a bun on top of her head. Wearing this kind of green dress with these bell sleeves that just kind of expand out. Dressed in mostly greens, browns, and neutrals. And also wearing these cute little glasses as well. You'll notice her kind of give a couple, glances, a small smile at Kazil. And kind of look to the rest of you. I really am glad that you're all okay. I know that it's probably been difficult. I don't think that Rizla has made it easy on you since leaving. I'd be fascinated to hear how you got through it all sometime. Adriano kind of, I hope you understand, Zatara. If they have any questions for you, you are, kind of looks to the rest of you, you are talking to someone who has had direct contact with the library up until this morning. So this may be an opportunity.
Taking a last, I know your primary thoughts, as you stated, were, the pursuit of history and stuff and that sort of thing. Just I want to know what your feelings are about what the library is doing in their efforts to re-energize and bring back this great one to assert their supremacy and for their group.
Sorry, I'm just checking this. Damn. Checking this file to see if that's correct.
Sounds like it is.
Why isn't it? It's so weird. Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm sure it is. It's being weird for me. Well, that as a historian, I find it a little fascinating, but it's not good. I don't think it's going to end up. It may end up good for the library, but I don't think it's going to end up good for everyone else. I don't like it. I would be, willing to help you in any way that I can. I would like to see it stopped, I guess.
All right. And that will be my insight check. that,
Okay, sure.
that
Yeah,
she's on board with stopping
sure.
the library.
Yeah, absolutely.
17.
Yeah. She seems, you can tell kind of looking at her, Tegan, she does seem very scared, and a little unsure of her situation, but not unsure of what she's saying. You can tell that she is being truthful, that she would want to help, and that she would like to see it stopped. Definitely some fear in anything, talking about the library and, yeah. Maybe a little bit of apprehensive, like she wants to help, but there's a little bit of apprehensiveness there, of course. So I know that Risla's been after your group. Do you have any I guess, are you just gonna keep running, or do you have an idea of what to do? You don't have to tell me, but what it is exactly.
We've recently received some information that will help us guide ourselves to a possible victory over the library. But there are many steps involved, many people to contact, many allies to build. We certainly have our work cut out for us.
Yes. Having more power would definitely help.
And also knowing how to even get there. Because we can't take a ship back. And you didn't take a ship here.
Madrona will speak up. Whether we have the teleportation circle. If you have someone, we have people here that can cast teleportation circle and can get you somewhere.
I can as well.
Does the library not have defenses for people to just teleport in?
Oh, you won't be able to teleport into the library, no.
Oh, I thought that's what we were discussing.
Yeah.
Like, how would we get into the library without them knowing?
You wouldn't be able to. No.
That's lovely. Okay. Thank you for your honesty.
You all made a city fall. What's wrong with the library?
You would have to get rid of a few people before you'd be able to enter in there and hope to get through. Risla.
Well, this sounds like a list. Okay, hold on. People, I got this. Okay. Fine. It's not like I can spell them anyways, so.
Nobody can.
But if there are very specific librarians, I guess librarians.
You definitely have to get rid of Risla and Zanric.
And they have some kind of control over who can get in and out of this place.
Well, they're the most powerful, I guess, the most knowledgeable there.
Okay.
They kind of keep those of us who, I did before, but I'm sure that they'll revoke my attunement. But there are a few who have attunement to the library. And Risla's one. Zanric is the other.
Do we know Zanric?
think he was
You-
the pretty elf boy that we met with
Yeah.
Zeltar, who
Yeah.
Okay.
like winked at Kazil or something.
That doesn't
Yes.
narrow it down.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
everybody thinks it Kazil.
Not gerbil. No.
Let's see. There are some more people, maybe a couple more that you would need to be on the lookout for and probably take care of. You have Sabrina. She's pretty powerful. I don't think that you saw her before. And you also have Genevieve is another one. And
Wait, let me know what Genevieve.
if you don't,
Geraldine.
Oh, that's something. Geraldine.
and there's another one too. I'll have to think and get back.
We've just been trying to think of how we got there and how we left and how we got here, and we don't know how to leave here either. So but knowing that there are certain people gives us something to focus on at any rate. She's got another parchment that she's taking some names down and writing at the top, door. She puts it at the bottom of the stack of parchments. Okay, so it's Sabrina.
And then there's
pretty-
Isaac is the other one. Isaac, Sabrina, and Genevieve are kind of not as powerful as Riesla and Zenric. So those two you'd want to keep in, but they're the ones that live who are attuned. Well, other than Bethel, of course, Alpin. But other than Bethel, those are the ones that, along with me, but not now, that lived at the estate.
Is the estate where we met you before, or
No, that's the
what you call it?
library.
Okay, so what's the estate?
The estate, they have a portal. So, with what is happening to Dimglunt, they know it's unstable and that it will continue to destabilize as they continue to draw power from it. So they wanted a place that wasn't connected. So they got an estate in one of the cities in Osbergen. And that's where they stay. There's usually not more than 2 people there at one time. But they come and go whenever they need rest or something private that's not amongst the library and their ears.
This is good news. This is great news. And she's scribbling and circling and.
So that that room where we first met you and Riesla and that was actually we briefly went to Osbergen. That room was in Osbergen.
No, that's the library.
I think it's like a below deck room that we didn't get to, that we didn't see.
They have a room of portals.
Okay. Yep.
So one of those portals leads to the estate. which is in the Rasea Kingdom
Oh,
Empire.
Okay. Need new parchment. In the
Can you type that out for us?
yeah,
Oh,
Rasea
yeah.
Empire.
Mhm.
Okay. But it's an estate, but it's a magical estate. It's where they hide when they're not in Demdlemt, when they need to rest, which means it's their other home in a different port in a different city. That is possibly someplace we could find, which is.
Does Gerbil, or do we know where the Rasea Empire is?
Looking
Yeah,
at
have any
my
of us heard of that?
crumpled map. Hold on. Let's look.
I haven't looked at the Osberg map forever.
Let's look at the crumpled map.
Yeah, if
it's
you
just got-
don't have access to the map, you can make a history check if you want.
I have my Demdlemt map. Okay, hold
I
on.
mean, I don't know where it is. On the
I'll make a
computer.
history check while I'm looking for my.
Okay.
Gerbil got a 19 on history.
Okay.
Of course you did.
What did you get, Juniper?
I got a 12.
Are you rolling
18.
18? Tegan, are you rolling?
Sure, why not?
Zavar, are you rolling?
11.
Okay.
Don't know nothing about history.
You're not rolling, Zavar?
Zavar's just like, I'm fine. I got my gloves.
Okay. All right. So, the DC wouldn't have been that high. So all of you, what did you roll? Rhaenyra's got. What did you roll, Juniper?
It was like a 10.
You said 12.
12.
Oh, I thought you said.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll say that you're all good to know that anyone who rolled below a 15 would know that it's on the the west coast of Osbergen, and it's a coastal city.
I have a map.
Anyone who
loading.
rolled a 15 or above would know that they would know a more specific location, that it is it's on the northwest coast.
Oh, okay.
Just exactly west of Relesk. Like if you would be in Relesk and go directly west directionally, like you would run right into it, and it's right there on the coast.
Kind of where that like delta looking thing is, with that river coming into the continent.
Correct. Yes.
I might have a.
This isn't the empire that John's parents.
No, that is
control.
the Rivelin Empire, and that's on the southwest coast.
Okay, all right.
Mm-hmm.
Steph,
Bad panic for a
I
second.
have a map, but I don't know if I can. Am I allowed to share this one? Is this the same?
It will
map
mess
that
up. It
everyone-
will mess up the cameras. You can share it. Oh, you mean the one? Yeah. Yeah. It should be the one with like the port city smart, so you can share that one.
Yes. I'll delete it if it's.
Oh no,
not
it's
the right
fine.
one.
I think it's
Okay.
fine.
I'm just gonna paste in Messenger. All right, can I drag it into here?
It's been so long since I.
At first,
I
my
looked-
hesitation at first, Michelle, was like you said share, and I immediately went to share screen in
Oh,
my
no.
head, and I was like, no.
No.
Nope, secret pirate knowledge.
Yeah, nope. Okay, why are you not working the crop copy?
Pirates, no.
I know, I was gonna be like, oh, it's in Davenport. Don't you dare. Don't you dare.
That's why they had the wheel because they were right there.
They just decorate their freaking estate wall with my ship parts. I will.
It's like a Cracker Barrel.
Oh, great. Listen, we love Cracker Barrel in this house.
We haven't been to Cracker Barrel in a while.
I know. We have the plans to go
Field
like
trip. Field
every
trip.
week. Okay, let me save this. I'll just call it map. Map. Save.
Okay, all of us just get in our
Chat.
car, go to the nearest exit to the interstate.
And have like a
And
video
And
video
then
meeting.
We turn on,
If
we'll
that's
turn on
where
our
they
video
all-
meeting, and it will look like
God.
we're all in the same place.
Yeah.
Yep.
Really, it would. It would. You're not wrong.
Yeah, they're always at interstate.
Try
exits.
that one.
Huh.
Yeah,
Because old people have to pull over to eat.
exactly. While you're traveling, Mason.
Mhm.
Yeah. All right. All right.
Ooh, look at all these cities.
Okay, hopefully that's the right one. Sorry.
I'm sure it's fine.
Okay.
I feel at this point we would have at least,
Just gonna paste it. Franco, I'm
seen a
making
map
some.
with cities on it.
I'm editing your to-do list to add some notes to it. That's all.
Oh, when was this map given out? Because I've never seen it.
No, this
Uh-oh.
was
I don't
this
think-
was this was given to. I mean, I gave y'all an Osbergen map. I just didn't have a lot marked on it.
Yeah,
This was
it didn't
to
have any markers.
Juniper because Juniper was a pirate, so she would have been to a lot of port cities.
Ah,
Okay.
Sorry.
I love how
and
like
she's just now sharing. Okay,
Mhm.
all right.
I have in my inventory a crumpled map. It's been there since day one. It's probably this one. I'm gonna
Thank you.
looking at all these names. I was
ignore all the
like,
hearts on there. It's fine.
We've been to
She crosses off Gerbil and a heart.
we've been to at least 6 places. That's I mean, it's not too bad. On this map.
And I delete the old map.
I don't even know where my old map is on this computer. I can't find it.
Tigger will ask Zeltar, or at least address it to Zeltar. Just so, I mean, to be fair, our intention is to do everything we can to prevent the library from bringing back the Great One. If that means eliminating people, we'll do it. Just so you know, so there's no surprises or, oh, I never thought you would do that. Well, that's, if it means that, it'll be done.
I appreciate the sentiment and just letting me know, I guess. I kind of know that that's what has to be done. You won't have a chance at getting into the library or to the Great One without killing. So
I fear that is the case.
I understand.
And being a historian, are you, or what is your thoughts on what we have been told, or it might be a rumor, or the validity of which we're not really sure of ourselves, is our role in perhaps help, using, if you don't know, using our blood to help bring back the Great One?
As a historian, I understand that there are some things that are more. Some things that can't be. That aren't physical, I guess. I mean, there are a lot of interesting rituals that. Lend way to truth, I guess. I'm not saying this right. I mean, from what I've heard from Riesla and the others, it seems that whatever, have you, I believe, are you aware of how the Great One came to be? The Bastille?
In ways, yes, but I'm always eager to hear the story told from a different perspective.
Oh, well, I just know what's been documented. But whatever Bastille put into place when he was making himself the Great One, something to do with the magic. They think that since the blood of your ancestors, which was directly tied to Bastille, is within you, that using your blood to awaken him, that they would need all of your blood, not just parts. I mean, not all of your blood in your body, but I mean, they would need like a sample from each of you to do this. So, if they didn't find someone, or if they didn't have access to someone, then they wouldn't be able to do it that way. But I think there's more uncertainty with that than the other methods, which is collecting the souls, the spirits from the mages and feeding it that way, which is why they're doing what they're doing. They knew it would be difficult to get blood from everyone's descendants, or from all the descendants. So, thus, Dim Glimt is on its way to being destroyed.
Was our descendants in any way part of this, or was their blood used?
Your ancestors, you mean, taken?
Yes.
No.
Okay.
The bloodletting is more, I think, more tied to the prophecy and beliefs beyond raising or bringing back to life gods and deities than in factual truth. I mean, there's no way that they would know if it would work or not until they had it and tried it. I'm not saying that that's not something they're pursuing as well. They're kind of wanting to just obtain all avenues, and just in case something goes wrong with another. So if they can't collect enough souls, then they'll have the blood. If the blood doesn't work, then they'll have enough souls. And then just rebuild the demi-plane anew. You see Nidrano, I won't make you roll a perception for this, but you see Nidrano just kind of like... So they're wanting to completely drain the demi-plane, Dim Glimt. She kind of look at Nidrano. Yeah. They think that might be what it takes. They're becoming desperate, so...
And have they already done that to other planes?
I don't think so. This one, specifically because the library is founded here, and they know that there's a lot of mage sacrifice and death involved in this plane.
Certainly makes sense. There's a ton of spirits hanging around, and during our travels, there's in the wastelands in between here and the altar, we've seen a ton of spirits wandering.
Yeah. A lot of those are drained now.
That's unfortunate.
Or a good portion of them.
I don't mean to offend anyone, but if the destruction of Dim Glimt is something the library is trying to prevent, or are they trying to prevent the destruction of Dim Glimt?
Is who?
Or is that something they would like to see come to fruition?
Oh, is the library not wanting Dim Glimt to be destroyed?
Correct.
I don't think that they care now. they think that they can get those out that they want to, which is basically the library, and those involved with what they're doing, and make it out, suck what they can from the demiplane until it possibly collapses in on itself, and then just make a new demiplane where they can start a new library, from what I understand. They've been kind of magically funneling the information that's in the library into Bethel and into Riesla to make them almost like walking encyclopedias of the demiplane. They tried to with me, but I didn't like the idea. I thought it felt... I never liked being too associated with them. I just wanted to be there for the knowledge. And while it was tempting, I kept making excuses until, well, now I don't have to. So... I tried something similar with my sister, I think, earlier on, but before they were able to practice. And I hope she's okay.
Speaking of Bethel, have you ever seen that? It seems to be almost a mythical feature.
Yes, I've spoken with Bethel. Well, I spoke at her. She keeps to herself. That she's on the top floor of the library.
Ah. Okay.
You have the library, which is just... I said, once you get through some of these people, hopefully, I can, guide you to the estate in the city.
That.
I don't know. Again, they're not usually all there at the same time.
It's probably better for us anyways.
Of course, if they catch me, they'll probably kill me, but they'll probably do the same with you, so.
Without a doubt. They keep trying.
But once you take care, once we can get some of those out of the way, I guess, because you're kind of shiver, then the library is just, well, without being attuned, if you're attuned to it, you can make your way through it effortlessly. But if you're not, yes.
Attuned, like attuning to any magic item, like that kind of attunement, that you attune to a place?
Yes, it's a special process. They were able to. Everyone, Riesla, Bethel, Zanric, they're all attuned. As well as Isaac, the other three. I was, but as I said, I'm sure that they will break that attunement now they have left. If you're attuned, you can just walk through it like a regular house place. If not, it is not impossible, but it is dangerous. Not impossible.
And then I imagine the attunement process is not simple.
No.
Right.
I don't do...
Spend a night in the library and you're attuned.
No,
We'd be tuned already.
Something Riesla and Bethel, actually, I believe Bethel did herself to people. And she's always in the library. She doesn't leave. So she stays on the top floor. And then the bottom floor, you see her just kind of like glaze over for a second. You have the room.
What role do you know of, if any, does Varys play? Or do you know what plans they have with Varys? Or Has
Oh.
he promised something?
Well, I think that the Dark Elves are helping because they hope to, once the Great One is raised, to stay in good graces with the library and the Great One, not be targets. But that's interesting that you know who Varys is, but and Pixrin, who would be here, would be like, oh, we know. And to kind of look at it and look back, he's kind of in charge of the Great One. It's in they're keeping it in the Underdark.
That would make sense.
Right now, while it's still sleeping. City, I think is something like Sathrin.
Ooh.
Seth Green.
Yes, exactly. I'll write it in chat. Actually, it's Chethrin. No, wait, that's too many R's.
R.
There we go.
I love it.
It's Rin.
Catherine.
So it is being kept in the Underdark, on the material plane. So I can get to it there, but it's a city full of followers of the Great One to protect it. Not to mention the cities surrounding, which I think they're trying to work with.
You mentioned earlier, you said the bottom floor of the library was the room, and then you kind of paused.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's not the room that we were in. It's a different room.
No, you were on the main floor. No. To keep the library running and to keep the portals going. Amongst other things that I'm not sure that I'm privy to. I don't really have that much to do with. I'm not a huge magic user. I know some spells, but I try to stay away from it as much as possible. But that's where they keep their power source for everything. AKA mages. The ones that they keep alive. Until, well, they're not. And then they feed their spirits to the Great One.
Do they do that here on Dim Glimt, or
Yes.
do they bring said mages to the Underdark?
No, they bring their spirits to the Underdark. The living mages and their bodies are kept in the basement of the library.
I think we've seen a demonstration of that.
They tried a few on Osbergen, I think. And it's kind of the same idea that they have for the... I don't know, they have several places that they have built for when they become really desperate and if they need an extra boost of power. They'll take some of the living mages, round them up into these areas. I don't know exactly where they're located, and use it for the last big push.
We've seen a very small kind of abuse like that in Baron. Would the same thing happen here if we somehow got into the basement and stopped them from using the mages? Would the power behind the library collapse? like Baron did?
Certain things would collapse,
Okay.
not the entire structure. You probably have to get to Bethel for that. Because she
Okay.
is... Bethel is almost half of what the library is. As far as... She's tied to the building magically, so...
Interesting. That's probably why they're not seen much.
So you have to, So taking out the mages in the basement, I believe would... Or taking out the power source or removing them, or would shut down the portals, might make the library itself a little bit easier, although
Inaccessible?
you would still... I don't know.
Okay. Just a
It
thought.
would be a gamble.
Mm-hmm.
But it might also shut down a few other things too. But it would be,
Could be calamitous.
Could be. It could also be taking out one of the pillars, you know?
Understood.
Let's see if I have...
Really wild question, and pardon me for asking, but I just wanted to follow up. When we originally went to the library, we were led in by a member of the library, a mage, named Jocelyn. Do they still have a role in this? Or is anything known of their whereabouts?
Jocelyn, there was a tiefling, right?
Yes.
Now I know that Riesla found out that he was that he betrayed them.
Oh.
And I believe that I didn't see him after that. So my only guess would be they wouldn't have just let him go. My assumption would be that they would have taken him to the basement.
Okay.
Unless he found a way to escape, but it's very difficult. Yeah. In fact, they sent someone out. I really wish Kazil was here. They sent someone out. I believe it was a fairy that escaped. So have you ran into anything like that?
They escaped or were let out.
So, what I understand, this fairy was able to break out of the cell and was able to sneak in and steal something that was very, well, Riesla, it's very historical, a medallion of sorts that had to do with Bastille. And they caught him, and as punishment, they turned him into a sort of beacon. So they got him out to somewhere where they thought that you would be.
I'm sorry. Did you say beacon?
Yes.
And we just...
We look at... Gerbil will look at Kazil just like
a
Jim
beacon
from
like...
Office, look at the camera, look at Kazil.
So that the library fed us a plant, a beacon that it can track. Is that the idea?
Yes.
And then Kazil slept with the beacon, and then brought it straight to the Northern Crown.
Are you saying this out loud, Juniper?
Yes.
Okay.
If she's
Zatar will
looking
look
Kazil.
a bit
that guy?
confused for a second. Nadron will be like, the fairy that came with you?
Dribble will kind of like grab one of the Rakshasa guards, like outside. Hey, can you go find that fairy that came with us?
Yeah.
Nadron will be like, the Rakshasa will leave the tent. Nadron will be like, they can't, they already know that you're here.
Yeah.
Whether that was from something else or from the fairy, but they can't, as long as we have the the giant in the ocean, they can't touch you here. You're safe.
But the
Yeah,
fairy.
but we still should probably help them not be a beacon, anymore.
The fairy lied to us. They lied to us?
Oh,
I mean,
well,
Kazil?
Zatar will speak up. They wouldn't know. From what I understand, they erased their memory and modify memory, I think. So,
And this thing that the fairy stole that was important to Rizla, I mean, they didn't still have it, or did they purposely use it as part of the beacon to...
No, the fairy itself was the beacon. I don't know why they would still have the medallion. I don't think that they ever retrieved it from him.
So it was a medallion and not...
No, the medallion's not the beacon.
No.
The medallion's not the beacon.
No, that's not what Dribble's... I feel, I mean, I know it's us as players, but us as characters, we've seen Kazil use this magic rock that he's been doing all this power with.
Yeah.
The amulet?
That he got from the fairy, right?
Well, that's what...
Yeah.
She's...
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
That fairy just is better than all of us. That it stole that thing from Rizla and then managed to hide it from them.
They got caught.
They got
But
caught,
that's
but
what I
they
don't...
didn't take away
recover the medallion.
That's what I find. If they went through the trouble to make them a beacon to trap us, and I imagine that's how we dealt with that big old storm elemental thing. But
the amulet is historical. It does have spell holding capabilities, if I remember correctly. But I don't think that it was used. I think that they just didn't find it. He was able to hide it in a way to where they didn't know. But again, I wasn't standing there. I wasn't standing there.
The golem farted.
I wasn't there during that time, so I don't know exactly what happened, and I'm not sure that the fairy would remember either. They might not even know what they had.
No, I understand. I just find it questionable if it was that important when that they would take the risk to just... Yeah, I don't know.
Or they're just confident they know they're going to get their amulet back, Dribble. Eventually.
That
they just
surprised me.
They've been toying with us for weeks, if not our entire lives. They'll get their amulet back when they want to. And we helped them yet again.
But, well, I don't know. If they were that good at toying with us, I feel like they would have already figured out everything at this point. Then.
How did you
I
help
don't think they're as
them?
smart as they.
Just, I don't know.
What did you say? What did Steph say?
How did we help them
Zatara
again?
asked how, because Juniper said when we helped them yet again, and Zatara's just like, well, how did you help them?
I mean, obviously they know we're here, and they can't get here as far as we've been led to believe.
Right.
But I mean, obviously we'll take on any person they throw at us. We can. We're a terrible crew. We're a terrible crew, and some people should just be left to drown in the boat that they rolled in on.
No, I mean, they wanted us to come to the Northern Crown. That was one of the offers when they tried to get us to side with them. They wanted us to spy on the Northern Crown. So they knew we were going to come here eventually, no matter what we decided.
Mm.
This is
Okay.
the only place we could go.
I'll focus on my lists, Gerbil. Don't worry. Just gonna sit down and start
But
scratching
the
out some
list!
notes.
The list!
The list is just putting Egard's name on one list,
Yeah.
which is hiding
speaking
the
of-
title.
Speaking of lists, Gerbil will ask this to Zatara, but also he'll kind of like glance at Def. Is there by chance anyone else in the library who's looking for a way out of the library who could help us?
I really don't
Or-
think so.
Well, that's fun.
And I mean, even if they did once they left, they would be only as much help as I am.
Which is, for the record, very helpful.
Okay. Let's see, I told you about that, and portals, and the mages. Oh,
I mean, it's obvious that here in Demglimp, they have an easy pathway to mage souls and the energy that they possess. But where are they just on? I assume they need to get some souls to the city that they're holding the Great One in. How are they managing that? Do you know?
they're crystals.
Ah, so that's the big deal with crystals.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's how they transport the souls.
The crystals from Dimglimt have a special, when it was created, special ability to harness that, and they use those to entrap the souls and send it down to the Underdark to be fed in.
I remember when we were at the altar, there was a temple, and they were literally collecting crystals with souls.
Yes.
And the places of power, when they choose to use them, that's another way they get souls to the Great One.
Places of power. What are these?
Oh.
Could you,
Let
could
that out of
you,
the bag, did you?
could you explain them to me?
Just like, I mean, whatever. She's here. There are 3 places in Demglimt and 3 places in Osbergen that sort of align and connect. And we've investigated one of them kind of south of the Rakoth Desert.
Mm-hmm.
And what we've learned here is, that that is another venue they have to help wake up and feed the Great One. And
Oh, to
one of the
hold
things on our list is to destroy these places of power.
to hold mages, right?
Yes. There was.
Oh, that's what I was talking about before. That they plan to use those in the last push if they need to get the Great One to wake up. So those won't be used until end game, but as far as I'm concerned, as far as I know, I mean. But there aren't just 3 of them, there are 9 of them in Dimglund.
Wait. Did my map? I don't have my map up. Did I know that? Did Gerbil know that? Gerbil's had that.
I don't think that you've ever been told specifically this, Gerbil, but like if you look at your map when you
It's 3.
There's
Triforce. There's 3 triangles.
Because the one
That's
that you
right.
went in the south of the Rakat, that's an edge of one of the of the southern triangle.
No, okay. Jonathan,
Yeah.
that was a Jonathan.
Okay.
Jonathan forgot.
Yeah.
Because 1 point from each big triangle leads to the Stasa. I have the map now.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
You are correct. Gerbil knew that. He just, he's had a lot going on today.
And then that's actually a DM mistake then, because then that would only mean that there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them, because one of the corners is at the Estesa.
Right, the meeting point.
Okay,
yeah.
So this
shared.
acts as
so
as like,
DM mistake. There's only 6 of them here in Dimglund. Yeah.
I'll share since we're all sharing
one in
files and stuff.
Neverstone, one in
Gerbil will share
somewhere
that
near the
file
Southern
too,
Crown. There's the one in the altar.
Okay.
But they're for the final push.
Yeah.
Yes, correct. Taken.
They're just gonna plug in a bunch of mages.
Yes.
Sickening.
Since we're all sharing files today.
It is. It is. That's why I don't.
Is there being a historian? I don't know if this is the right question for you. Maybe for Nadrano. But when we encounter these clusters of spirits and these clusters of gems and crystals that have spirits, is there I've seen related to us one possible way of releasing these spirits into the next plane of existence, the ether, I guess, beyond where they're supposed to be going. Is there a better method, like if we come across maybe a cluster of crystals to slow down their efforts to release these spirits to the next?
Zatar will just kind of shake, just kind of look to Nadrano, and Nadrano will. The only person I've ever seen that was able to release spirits like that was Hashana. And apparently, according to her, it may be something that the Kalashtar are able to do, since they're connected to the spirit world, the spirit plane.
I see.
So I can maybe try to fashion something that would allow you to send me these crystals easily, these vials, or however you come across them. If you come across something larger than something you can put into the bag, my best guess would be to maybe talk to Hashana and see if she has any ideas. Maybe she knows of some Kalashtar that can help out here and there.
I appreciate that. That would be, at least from our group, I guess I can say that, be one small good effort we could do on the way.
Sure. I can take care of the bag if you want to try and, if you want to. It might be helpful to chat with Hashana.
We'd appreciate that.
Just to clarify, he's saying for y'all to find Hashana and chat with her. He's going to get the bag. Yeah. Okay. Just want to make sure that was being clear.
Right.
Zatar, in your opinion, how close do you feel the library is with achieving their goal?
At the rate that they're going, I mean, Dim Glimt is still mostly whole. I would say if you're going on a scale of, say, 100, you'd probably be at about, they would be at probably at about 70, maybe?
Oh no, that's a passing grade.
It is 65 to 70. I would say closer to 70.
These big degrees.
Only heard C's make degrees. My goodness.
I went to art school. No.
Oh.
Sorry.
So
Purple's a liberal arts major.
not it's not gonna happen probably this week, but I would say soon. Maybe
We
within
only met each other last week.
No, you didn't.
Aw.
Maybe within a couple of months here on Dim Glimt. Few months, maybe. But, you know. If we go back to the material plane, of course, it could be longer, but anything else that I can? I mean, I'll be here. So if you need to like talk and come back, I can talk with you at any time. I don't mind too. And I don't know what I'm kind of looks at Adriano. I don't know what you want to do when you leave. If we think that it's, or if you think that it'd be helpful for me to come with you, I can. I would love to be here and talk with Nidrano, but hopefully if the rest of you, if we can stop them, then I'll be able to come back and do that. Okay. I think that I'm gonna... Oh, I'm sorry. Yes.
Sorry, just you mentioned your sister earlier.
Yes.
If we were to run into her again, would there be anything you'd wish us to tell her that you want to tell her? That's what I meant to say.
You can tell her that I'm here and that I love the library.
All right, and she'll be good with hearing that news.
She might try to kill me, but I think it'll be fine.
Family.
Okay, so you know she wants to kill you.
I chose a side before. I chose my studies and the hope of more knowledge about the past over siding with her. So she's not exactly misplaced and not liking me. I understand that. But
Okay, cool. Well, as long as you know.
yes, so please, if I'm not with you, then let her know that I'm here. And I'm sure Nadrana wouldn't mind helping me kind of... Oh, no, sure. I'm gonna go and, I think, rest for a bit, if that's okay. It's been a long thinking day. Kind of just decided to do this morning, so it's been a bit of a roller coaster. I'm gonna go and, Nadrana, do you have an extra tent? Then, oh, of course. I kind of, want the Rick Sasha to take her to an extra tent. Kazeel would probably excuse himself. I'm,
Of course she will.
I'm gonna go and make sure that she has some drinks and food and gets taken care of. And we're gonna give a smile before he heads out.
Sure you don't want to check on our beacon?
I'll trust you to take care of that. It's and he'll.
Sure.
I'll check in on him later, and
Yeah.
head out and kind of like.
I'll tell Ingot you said hi too.
Zatara, wait. Yeah. And
There's always room in Kazeel's tent.
Then through the tent, it comes another Rixasha with a guard.
Hey,
Just kind of like
it's
looks
our
around.
Favorite fairy.
And that's when we'll take our bio break. So for those watching, we'll take a 10-minute bio break. So stay tuned, go and grab some water or a snack, and we will be right back. All right. All right, got the countdown. Mics are hot.
Alrighty then.
Wowza, y'all. Wowza.
Again, Gerbil. We're so untrustworthy as soon as we get here. It's like we trusted the ferry we pulled from the ocean.
What?
Stabbing everyone else we meet with.
My job.
That's it. I have to be used to have.
We need proper better judgment. We don't trust the trailers.
Don't blame Kazeel for anything else.
Yeah, I mean,
This is a group decision, it's all our fault. And
Wow.
all our fault. Listen, Brandon is my baby and I will not listen to you. Disrespect me in my own house.
we're not a great
I know. I had the biggest fall down, blowout argument in Cracker Barrel over D&D. Listen here!
I'm thinking of just the idea of just having a D&D game in Cracker Barrel. That just seems like the best night ever.
It really does.
Like really, yeah, like instead of
Right now.
mic was muted. Well, I sang a nice little Hakuna Matata and no one heard Jonathan Marie
That was
Reedy,
good.
get out of
That
here.
was good. That was
Leave-
good. Come on.
Leave this game at once, sir!
Talking about Larry's, you know what happened in my in-person meeting that I went?
No.
I finally got them going where they needed to go.
Yeah.
Like, they were on the main quest line.
Uh-huh.
Then out of nowhere, they're like, "Hey, let's go to this place."
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
They weren't supposed to get to that place for another 3 chapters.
Mossvale,
and I-
right there.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I tried to do all sorts of things to hint that we don't go here yet. I threw 2 owlbears at them, and they still didn't get the hint. Maybe we shouldn't hear. They're level 2. And it was like, and they get to the place, so I make up some characters to try to get them back on track.
Mhm.
They start thinking the characters are suspicious, and they don't trust the characters. And I'm sad to say they broke me. And so during our break, like they saw me kind of freak out, and they're like, "Wait, Jonathan, are we not supposed to be here yet?" Like, I don't want to tell you what to do with your choices, but so do you really want to know that answer? And they're like, "Yeah, tell us." And I'm like, "No, you're not supposed to be here." And they're like, "Oh, okay, we'll leave. Sorry."
Oh, did they actually leave?
Yeah, they did, because they we're doing a published campaign. I only have so much wiggle room
Sure.
before I
Yeah.
run out of stuff to say.
Understandable.
Like, if it was like completely, homebrew, right? The world I created, I would love to do whatever. But I'm like, I'm making up as much stuff as I can, given the knowledge I have that's in this book.
Sure. Yeah. I hear you.
It was fun. They had a lot of fun. They only traumatized.
Pretty good. Yeah. All right. Let me cut off this stuff. Mothman tattoo commercial right now. Cut off this stuff. Okay.
Man.
All right, we're live.
Zoom just asked me if I'm playing music.
Oh. You're such a good singer, Jonathan. It just automatically thought. Wow.
Yeah, I
Betty's
am.
playing a copyright song right now.
Thank you. Thank you, Zoom. You flatter me.
I thought I was having a hard. Yeah. Okay. This is fine. I usually have my stylus screen here as like a third screen, and I don't have that up, and I was just thinking, why do I feel like don't have enough room? That's why. Alrighty. So let's get back into it, shall we? Welcome back, chat. Those that we got there. Welcome back, players. And pull up my notes. Alright. So yeah. Roxasha enters into the tent. A guard kind of not really like kind of escorted, but like there's no like cuffs, just the guards beside him. It's like, hey,
Hey, how you doing, hey guard?
I'm doing fine.
You. Good.
What can I do?
Yeah, no, we're just we're gonna have some of
Sorry, I
Adrenal's
tried.
people give you another once over and make sure you're good.
I mean, didn't Kazil already do that?
A better one.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh no. Okay. Uh, persuasion, you say?
Yes.
Oh, that's great. I have a -1 in persuasion. 16.
Um, Igar kind of looks around at everyone. Is there something wrong?
I mean, something was wrong. It's not much of a problem now, but be sure you're feeling fine.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm feeling okay.
Um, I'm gonna be honest with you, because you know,
okay.
so we just learned that you did escape from the library, but
Yeah, I know.
you were captured, and then they modified your memory and used you as bait for us.
That doesn't seem right. I don't remember anything like that.
They apparently modified your memory so you wouldn't remember.
Oh.
But they can't do that anymore now that we're in the Crown. We're safe, so we want you to get checked out, and so that you're safe and they can't track you if you ever decide to leave the Northern Crown.
Okay. Interesting. All right. I didn't know. I'm sorry.
No, it's not your fault. You're the victim here.
Wish I could remember. Okay.
Well, maybe they can help you with that too, if you really want to. Is there no?
Yes.
Who would be best for us to send our friend a guard? Restoration. Well, it is a modifying someone's memory is usually a pretty high level spell. I'll have to probably ask around and see if we have any. I'm sure that we have mages, a mage here that could. Maybe if I talk to Athera, maybe. If not, we can try to find someone else, but we can find someone, I'm sure. I just need to kind of ask around and see who would be the best. Okay, all right. Thank you, Pajama. So, yeah, we'll, I mean, I guess, the guard, you're not, you're free to, I guess, do what you want. We just wanted to make sure you were okay and let you know.
Don't leave town.
Yeah, I mean, for your own safety, yeah, please don't leave the Northern Crown. Not that I think you would, but.
Okay.
Is there anything we can do for you?
I know you said it's not me, but again, I didn't mean to bring you any extra trouble.
No, you didn't. We were already in some shit, and we're sorry you got dragged into our shit.
Okay. I guess at least I'm not dead. That's a good thing.
Yeah, that's
I think I'm... Okay. I'm just gonna turn and leave.
okay. I mean, I know he's not looking like good, but is can Gerbil insight check him, just make sure he's not gonna like
Sure. You just want to insight
something
like how
drastic?
he's reacting, or
Yeah, like is he calm about it, or do we need to keep eyes on him?
Okay. Yeah, you can do an insight check. Sure.
Never mind.
No.
3 + 7 is a 10.
Yeah, I mean, I will say, because it's not that difficult to see that he did seem panicked. But it seemed like a very sad panicked, I guess, is one best way I can describe it. So that's the one thing you'd be able to pick up, only because it was a little
Obvious.
obvious, yeah, out there. Yeah. Adriana will kind of like rub us like, well, it's been a quite adventurous day. I should be at dinner soon. You think? You'd say that probably after me, because this is the same day that y'all went to.
Yeah.
Y'all have been to the cave. You hiked the mountain, went to the cave, talked to Helna, Rockadell, came back down, had a conversation, talked with Zatara, talked with, yeah. So it's probably like early, like, the sun's starting to set. The sun's getting real low.
Sun's getting real low.
So,
Gerbil turns back into a meek doctor. No.
John will be like,
Mark Ruffalo.
I'm gonna go and check and just see if we can get some extra food this evening. Maybe a little music will kind of lighten up the mood a bit, since we have some pretty heavy things happening in the settlement right now. Are y'all okay until dinner time? Do you need anything else from me?
If I may, I'm browsing for a few items. Are there any shops nearby?
Oh, sure. Yeah, I can. About 5 tents that way, and he'll point in a direction. There are a couple of shops that sell some things that they've collected from the rubble. Yeah.
Right. I remember.
Or sometimes they travel out through teleportation circles and gather some things and come back. Just so we can have.
I may browse a bit before dinner.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll join you, Renarius.
Okay. Yeah. That would be fine. I will take my leave then, and I'll see you at dinner time. I'd say about an hour. Everything will be ready. Okay. And he'll see his way out.
Before we all disperse as a party to do whatever we all do, so do we want to make plans that after dinner we all get together and figure out what the hell the plan is?
Yes, please. I have been listening and trying to absorb all that we have learned, and I think that we definitely need to begin to make some solid, at least first steps. I would much appreciate that.
I couldn't agree more.
I definitely think that it is time. I think we have learned many things. We have items that we didn't have before. We're in a position to move forward. This is this should be a good conversation, and good for this plane, good for our homes.
It'll be one to remember.
But first, we shall eat and drink. I'm very excited about the drink.
Rhaenyra, do you want to?
Of course, yes.
All right. See you all at dinner. Split the party.
Split the party!
Juniper, didn't you need to buy something?
Just watching Gerbil and Renarius wander off. No. No. It's fine.
Very well.
Perception check.
I know she specifically said she waited till she saw us walk off, so I can't insight check that.
No, she's in fact her only plan is to go and sleep until dinner time. And go find a tent somewhere and far away from everyone else.
That's a look of a DM panicking because we say shopping.
Look, I'm just trying to make sure that I have the information in front of me. Okay.
No,
It's not much, really.
Okay.
Well, for you.
Well, oh.
Well, I only because I had something. Oh wait, I linked that somewhere. For some reason, it's not. Just give me 1 second here, just to find the document. Just makes things easier.
Is it that document you shared with me when I asked how
the
to
stores
do shopping?
Yes.
The shop catalog.
Correct. Yeah, it's just really makes things super simple. Okay, this is it. I found it. Let me save this in a place where I'll know where it's at. Okay. All right. All right. So we'll go with Gerbil and Rhaenyra first as y'all go out shopping. I'll say that you find the tent. You find a couple of different tents that have a few different items. One seems to be mostly like food, goods. You'll find a tent for some magic stuff and another tent for more like weapons and armor that's non-magical. Let's start with Gerbil. Gerbil, what are you looking for?
Gerbil's gonna go to the magic tent.
Okay.
And he's gonna ask if they have any sending stones.
Oh. Yeah, let me see here. Yeah. Yes, we have a couple of sets in stock.
How much would it cost to take all of them?
Oh, let's see here. Sending stones are armory. One second.
As heroes of the prophecy, do we get a discount?
Wow. Look at the balls on this one.
No.
I've got my hero discount card.
Don't leave home with that.
No, that's your beer punch
Just
card. Zavar.
accidentally dropped by a torchlight medallion.
Oh
my
no.
God.
Depends on me.
Oh.
Wow.
There.
Wondrous.
My good friend Rhaenyra will want me.
Oh yeah, Nadranel just sent us over.
He said, "Put it on his tab." No, put
No, it
put us
was
on,
Kazil's tab. I'm pretty sure. I heard. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a
have you
1,000-year
heard what
tab.
happened to Agatha? No? Oh, well, she just said to put it on her tab.
You're like, who's Agatha? Who is this person?
That was her name, right?
Oh yeah, no, yeah, no, that's
Yep.
it. That's it. Oh, here it is. Okay. You know what? For you, I know who you are with the crew. Be 100 gold each.
For each set or for each stone?
For each set, yes.
Oh, and you said you had 2 sets?
Correct, yes.
I will pay for them.
Do you need more? We can have some ready for you tomorrow.
He hands over the 200 gold. Whoops, I accidentally added 200 gold. That's
No,
not what I meant to do.
that's not how shopping works, Jonathan.
Well, thank you.
Did you just rob him?
I hand over 200 gold. I might be able to afford another set, but for now, I think these 2 sets are good for now.
I will try to have another set ready tomorrow, just in case.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Yeah.
Is there anything else, Gerbil?
No, those are the main
Okay.
things he wanted.
Wow, you made it sound like you had several things to buy. Renarius, what are you looking for?
I'm going to go into the goods tent.
Sure.
I'm looking specifically for a silver spoon, some ivory, and some marble.
Okay. Alrighty, great. Alright, I'm going to say that with that, we'll say silver, ivory. Are you just looking for just a one usage of those items, or a lot of the ivory and the marble?
Just one.
Okay. I would say a gold for all of that.
I'm afraid we take this instead. I'm going to hand over 15 gold.
Okay, all right. Was that a specific amount that you needed to give?
Yes.
Okay, next time just let me know.
Explain later.
Okay, all right. Yeah, next time just let me know the amount and I'll just make sure. Yeah. So
Wizards.
You'll get
So
15 worth of 15 gold's worth of those
Okay, cool.
specific things.
I love the idea that like wizard components is all like imaginary value.
Oh,
can you please just tell me it's worth 300 gold? It's just so my magic knows.
Yeah. Anything else, Renarius?
No, that's
okay. All right. Wow. I got okay. Oh man. Okay.
I'll try harder next time.
Thanks.
Make you work for it.
All right. Is there anything that y'all wanted to do after your shopping? I'd say that take about probably like just a half hour.
I'll probably spend the remaining half hour carving something into the ivory.
Okay. All right. So Renarius kind of steps off and busies himself. Gerbil.
Gerbil would, if Losa and Shanad are still practicing in that field,
he would what?
If they're out and like doing stuff, he would. This is gonna sound really creepy, but
so
like,
I'll go ahead and tell you. You don't see them out in the field. I mean, you can look around and make a perception check to see if you can find them in town, but
All right.
they're not out practicing. No.
He will he'll just kind of go off on his own, and the like night before when he was talking to
Aethera.
you know, he'll probably go back to that little cliff and just look at the house on the beach.
Okay. All right. Actually, the house on the beach is lit up. And you make a perception check for me, please. Here.
Ooh. 21.
Okay. You hear some distant laughter. Like children's laughter. And we'll see some like shadows kind of like pass back and forth in the windows.
Yeah,
no one else is out here with you. I'm sorry. Just wanted to add that.
That's fine.
Okay.
We'll just sit there and watch.
Okay. You hear the waves crash and can kind of just feel and smell that ocean air. Little breeze kind of come in off the water. All right. So, Juniper, Tegan, and Zavar, anything that y'all wanted to do in this hour before supper time?
Not really. No.
Okay. All right.
If Zavar looked like he was still wanting to punch something, Junie might take him up on it.
Okay.
But, you know, that's only if he's like antsy and, you know, keeps like picking up his gloves and looking at things. And
would you like to see my fancy new gloves? It was very exciting.
But yeah, if she noticed, then after Gerbil and everyone wandered off, she'd just kind of walk by and grab Zavar and keep walking, you know, that. Just go try out your gloves.
Yeah, Zavar would be happy to show off.
Okay. All right, so you're able to go back to that grove of trees and kind of practice out there.
Mm-hmm.
There are a couple of lanterns that actually lit up out here for the evening. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Junie will just pick a spot in the sky and just fire off Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
Why? And then get up and, you know, help Zavar, like, you know, with his form, or, you know, it's right here. Hit me. No.
As you finish firing off some Eldritch Blasts, you hear, "Oh wow! Look at that!"
Fireworks.
And you look off to the side, and there are some kids along with one of the adults, just kind of like, "Oh wow."
Oh. Well, if that's the case, then I'll fire off a couple of firebolts.
They're probably like 30 feet away, just kind of watching from a little bit of a distance.
Straight up into the sky as well.
They're not like right beside you.
Okay, fine.
Oh! Wow!
More.
Look at that!
Yeah.
Lightning more.
Yeah, out of my fists.
Yeah. Ah.
Gerbil, as you're sitting over there on the, like, you know, there's the quietness and the ocean waves. You can hear that all of a sudden. Oh!
As purple and yellow and red and orange light the sky above it. Like, what?
Firing off into the distance.
Yes.
You can hear Junie is yelling something in between, like casting her Eldritch Blast and just like kicking at the ground, but you can't hear anything.
Attack the peaceful night.
Zavar's like, wait, I thought you came to practice with me.
If that goes on, after that goes on for a little bit, you do suddenly kind of look over and see that the guardian has like come and is just now standing in the ocean looking.
Just Junie just staring at it.
The Gold's like,
Oh,
I never
I'm like-
expected a threat to be on the inside.
She, I mean, if she had taken a nap, she might be able to reach it now, but she did not have a long rest yet. Yeah, that if that giant gets much closer, she'll be like, good sparring, Zavar. We should probably I don't. Yeah.
It
I like
stops.
your gloves.
Stops
Perhaps.
about 80, 70 feet from about 80 feet from the shore.
Just staring at us.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just staring at you.
Okay.
It's kind of a buzzkill.
Hello.
No, don't make friends.
It just stands there and just
Sorry.
eyes glowing in the
Okay, let's
evening.
Yeah, how does anyone
Time for
sleep with
dinner.
that? Yeah, I'm hungry. Yeah, just really hungry.
go.
As
Takes a drink.
you
Hmm.
start heading
Takes a
back,
drink.
you hear some music start up. There where the feast was the night before. This doesn't seem like as extravagant, but definitely, a good amount of food kind of spread out, and not really anyone up dancing, just seeming to be enjoying the music as they eat and chatting amongst each other at this long table. Yeah. You'll see Nadronal sitting there, and, he'll have a few seats, like, he's sitting there at the end with, Athera, and actually, oh man, Stephanie.
Mhm.
Give me 1 second. Athera's there, as well as Adatra, the Rakshasa chief, as well as her name, Agnes. That's it, Agnes. I kept
not Agatha.
I kept getting Agatha in my head now. Yeah,
Sorry,
Hmm.
my bad.
but Agnes is there, sitting quietly, but sitting amongst the others there at the end of the table, and there are some seats open if you choose to sit there, like there with the Nadronal and the others, or you could pick a seat amongst the other settlement people.
Is Agnes, is she still covered up with her mask, or is it just her actual face?
No, she's covered up.
Okay. Where is everyone else sitting?
I'm not interested in sitting next to any of those. So, Zavar, is there a table with kids at it?
It's
Yeah.
kind of one long, very, very, very long table set up in the middle
Okay.
in the square here. So you can get, there are some kids sitting down, and there are some spaces around close to them.
She's
That
gonna
would-
go and
Okay.
scoot next to them.
That'd be where Shanad and Lois is sitting as well.
Oh, and she looks up and realizes who she sat next to.
Loisa will kind of look over to you, and you'll kind of notice sitting there beside her kind of peach fuzzy skin that's a little bit furry. And we'll, just
I
kind
didn't
of.
realize this was the kids' table, so
You
section.
literally just asked for where the kids were sitting.
Well, yeah.
Not those
I meant
kids.
not those kids. Those strange Sanguinan. Sorry, I
Emotional
just remembered I
damaging
have to do
kids.
something else since she's gonna get up and go to the other end of the table.
Make a perception check, Juniper.
The cat in front of my screen, sorry. Oh wow, that was a 1, so 9.
Okay. Off you go.
Oh yeah, it was
Got a
awkward.
+8. Oh.
Not all of us have negatives, kid.
Ow.
Must
That's
be
impressive.
nice.
Yeah.
Gerbil would see Judy's brief interaction and just But Gerbil, he's gonna purposely try to not be seen by Shanad and Losa.
Okay.
Oh,
And just kind of eat. He'll still eat at the table because he doesn't want to draw attention because he feels like he would draw attention if he just ate off by himself.
Okay.
But also he's not eating a lot. So.
Okay. All right.
Tegan will sit next to Gerbil,
Okay.
seeing Shanad reminded him of something. And is Shanad going to stay here in Northern Crown?
Yeah. I think so. She wants to see, her mom, but she's finally getting the help she needs here. And she's had too many of her choices taken away from her. So I'm letting it be her choice.
Okay. If she chooses to leave, make sure you give her one of the glass orbs.
I will.
I'm sure they're keen on finding her as well.
I forget. Did Gerbil take that bag, or did Tegan take it?
I forget who has the...
I thought it was Gerbil.
Yeah, I think Turbo took the bag of marbles.
Yeah.
Okay. Since Tegan's the one with the bag of holding, right?
Yes.
yes.
All right. Gerbil would have, I guess at this point he would take out like a handful and just give you the bag.
Okay. I'll stick it in the bag of holding. And now I will adjust my inventory.
There you go.
Yeah. I didn't even put it in my inventory, so that's why I asked. Good times.
Okay.
What were they had a fancy name? What were they called?
A fancy name.
I just called them orbs of anti-scrying.
Let me
I
see
called
here.
them orbs of obfuscation.
That's
a fancy name.
those were given to you by Helna.
Yes.
Yep.
He wrote me
Helna balls.
scroll back here.
Hell nah, balls. Sorry.
Locations.
Did I not put them in my inventory? No, I don't think I did.
Hell nah, you're
I
not
don't
scrying
think
on
that
this
she.
guy.
I don't have anything written down as for a special name.
All right, I'm calling them Helna balls of obfuscation.
Helna's balls.
As long as it's in your inventory.
How much would a handful be? Would a handful be like 5? How big are they?
What? Oh, a handful? Oh, big
Yes.
big bugbear hand. Yeah, you'd be able to get like 6 or 7.
I'm so glad we don't know how many balls big bugbear hands can hold.
Well, I mean, these aren't your typical size
man.
balls either. They're smaller balls. So
Mm.
anything larger, maybe 5.
3.5 people.
All right. How do you spell obfuscation? I don't know. I'm just gonna make up a word. Obfuscation. We said. It was. Sorry, I already forgot. It was. How many can
Wow.
big bugbear handle?
6 or
7.
7. We'll say 7.
All right, 7. Cool.
3.5.
So 7, and then
You-
I have to take away.
They're basically the size of
5.
a starter marble. So
And then
Like a D20?
And the 7
No,
bigger
starter
than
starter
us?
marble is a little bit bigger than that.
Starter marble.
Well,
I
it's
used to have
when
a bunch of
marbles, yeah. So a starter marble is, I don't know, it's bigger. You know, I don't have anything to compare it to.
I don't have marble.
Yeah, no, useless.
A whole
Useless.
Funko Pop.
Just a tad bit smaller than that. Yeah.
Slightly smaller. Oh wait. I have this little stress ball thing. There we go.
Okay.
seems a little
Well,
big.
you know, whatever. We're spending a lot of time to decide how big these marbles and to find something to compare them to. So
What is the exact circumference?
Maybe like almost like maybe 1/8. One.
I was joking. You
Maybe
didn't
like
have to-
2 inches by 2 inches.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So y'all are at dinner. We've had this. Anyone else have any conversations, any exchanges they want to make during dinner time? Or right after? Okay. I'd say that, it's been a very lovely evening eating dinner, listening to some music, hear some laughter from the table, from everyone. It wouldn't be hard to miss Agnes just keeping to herself. Bethel's right there,
Oh, God.
staring at
Wait.
you.
Oh, hey,
Wait a
guys.
second.
And you wrap up, and are free to do with your evenings with what you want. Nadrano, you'll see Nadrano kind of, maybe helping kind of clean up some things this evening, whereas yesterday he didn't.
Do we want to go meet up in a tent or somewhere secluded?
You know that you have your tents that you were, given. So you
Yeah.
have 2 large tents that you can, you would know that you can close up and have some privacy if you need.
I guess
where to then?
I guess we could just meet in one of our tents they gave us.
Okay, so make your way back,
Hmm.
and get back to your tent. There are some lanterns that you can light. Give yourself some nice cozy lighting. There's plenty of little imagine beanbag chairs, large pillows, kind of sitting around. There you go.
If you'll excuse me, one moment. And I'm going to start casting a spell, and it will open up a portal.
Okay.
Step inside, everyone.
Okay.
But where is this going?
Does it matter? She just walks through.
Oh, wow. Okay.
No, you're right. I apologize. You would not lead us astray. Of course, and I'll follow Junie.
Gerbil just kind of.
I probably would have let in first.
Yeah, okay. So, so Renarius went in first. Junie just said,
Gerbil will smirk at Tegan and
Yeah.
after you.
And you enter through this portal, and you come into a grand hallway of sorts. You've just entered a magnificent mansion.
Wow.
Oh,
Nice.
Wow.
Kazeel's gonna be so
Wow.
jealous.
You've had this the whole time? This is amazing.
No, it's something I've been studying for a while. You see, I've always been one to cast my little hut somewhere and exclude everyone else, or cram us all into very tight quarters. And I think this will be a better solution for us all as we are traveling and hiding and under certain perils at all times.
Yeah, yeah, well
Cute.
done. Most impressive.
Yeah.
And very considerate. Thank you.
So
Wow.
there is very nicely furnished like living corner of this grand room. There's a large banquet table.
Oh,
There
man.
is a smaller table with a is chess a thing?
Yeah, it's a thing. It's fine.
What was the game we made up? Settlers of
Oh,
something.
Oh,
no.
Settlers of I have it written in my old notes. Yeah, there we have a Settlers of Catan manga.
Oh, jeez.
There was some other stuff too.
Please have a seat. Would you like anything to drink? I know we just ate, and maybe I should have informed everyone before we ate all the food that the camp provided us. But I will rectify that in the morning.
Oh, don't you worry. I've always got room for a drink. Thank you.
It's true.
I'm going to motion some servants to come out and serve people
Okay,
whatever they want.
yeah.
Wow.
Those are invisible, right? Or no, no.
They are to my liking,
Okay,
my
okay.
discretion, which they'll basically be just ethereal looking like just misty,
Okay, okay,
expressionless, just humanoid
okay.
things.
It's a good thing Kazil wasn't in charge. We have a Hooters.
Mm-hmm.
That might be me. So, and I'm well, yes.
It was Settlers of Ephron.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
All right. So is everyone here except Kazil?
Oh, Kazil's there too. Kazil would be there
Kazil's
too.
here too?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, Kazil would have joined you back at dinner.
Okay. So what's the plan?
We need to make some priorities. I've heard some names. You know a lot of people. And hearing about the basement in the library where mages are held and their souls are being extracted. I mean, basically murdered. I don't know if that's something that we could accomplish by breaking in and freeing them. That might be a little too daunting, but that's one thing that we could do is rob them of some of their power by saving those people. That's one idea.
We can't just get into the
Oh.
basement of the library as far.
I know. I'm very disturbed by that.
We were there. It was a prison.
I know, and I can't forget it.
I mean, I think what Zatara was telling us. I mean, unless we can somehow get attuned to the library, which I don't think that's happening. The only way to really get in the library is to take out the top from the estate, which, I mean, if we take out, the key members, I mean, that's something we could do, but that also seems very, I don't know.
Well,
That's an
we're
option.
Gonna have to
Yes.
start somewhere.
Yeah, well, and if I remember, we were told specifically to speak with someone before we do all this, I believe.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well,
Who?
if we want to talk about removing souls from crystals and stuff, talk to Hisham.
Yeah, we'll do that before we leave.
mhm.
Then there's also, we now know where all the time devices, all the artifacts are.
Mhm.
We don't know exactly how to use them, but we know the library wants them. And if we get them all, we might be able to And now that now that Def's here, he might have some info on him because he was tasked with searching for him when we last saw him.
Do the locations of the time devices coincide with any friends or allies that you've made and left behind that would make sense as far as choosing one location over another to speak and, for lack of a better term, recruit?
Well, we do know, I mean, a good few of them are ones we knew about. The one in Victa is yeah, there's one in Victa, right? I can't read. I need to pull up that document.
No, actually,
Trendelog. One's in Trendelog,
yeah.
which is in Victa. Victa's the continent. Trendelog's the city.
Yes.
The one in Trendelog, we know. Our friend John. He has it. The one in Relais.
In the mayor's office.
Well, that was the one we made. Helena said that one, the only ones on the maps were the ones that were originally created. So there's possibly 2 in Burlesque, and we do have contacts there. The one we don't know about
Fairweather.
the one in Bairn.
Fairweather tough to get to.
Fairweather's gonna be tough.
And Bornheim,
which we may have contacts in Bornheim. It's been a bit. Leneda might still live there.
So you say that you have a friend for sure in Victa? You said the name was John?
Yes.
That's the way that you speak. That sounds perhaps as an easy place to start. And then you said there may be 2 in Relesque?
Yes, and we have some contacts there, but I kind of left Relesque in a little bit of a mess. Not as bad as, well, I mean, not as bad as Baird, but the mayor, I don't think, will like us.
Well, John will have a say on that.
And what was the last one? Fairweather?
Fairweather, we should probably save that one for one of the later ones.
Okay.
Because Fairweather is also, now we know, Fairweather is also a place of power.
That's true.
And I think somewhere along the way we heard reports that they've fortified it since we last were there. But that might also be a good place to go, because, I mean, Renarius, I mean, I assume your family's still there, right? Do you think they would have escaped?
I do believe so, yes.
So,
well, if we're going to visit these places to retrieve these devices and to collect friends along the way to help with the more difficult areas, from what I hear from you, it sounds to me like John would be a first one to contact, and then go from there. I mean, I believe that we are all in agreement that our main goal to begin with is to retrieve the time devices. Am I overstepping my understanding from the rest of the group?
I don't know.
That seems to be the most direct course of action.
Are we just collecting them so the library can't get them? Is that the idea?
Well,
'Cause
yes,
we're not going to use
but
them,
then,
right?
I mean, well, we still don't exactly know how exactly they work, and Helena told us they never officially used it. But I mean, if worst case scenario, we get them all, Helena said it would give us time, which we we need that.
Sure, she
Well-
wasn't just being funny.
It-
Time devices. Give us
Well,
time.
It takes away an advantage from the library and gives us an opportunity to gather friends along the way. The most important thing are the friends. That is why I asked about the coinciding with the cities.
That is a good point, because we also want to collect allies, and
Mhm.
also there's one other artifact in Dim Glimped that's not currently being held by the library too, and that's the one down by the altar that Zatara's sister told us about. We don't know who has that one, but I mean, I still have a sending stone to Dredea, and she is a private investigator. Maybe she's still at the altar.
Oh. She was a very persistent one.
Yeah, but I mean, another thing is, would we want her to retrieve the artifact for us, or just find it for us and then we go get it?
I would not. I wouldn't want to put her in danger.
Yeah, and I mean, yeah, that, and we still don't know exactly what these artifacts do, and I like Dredea, but I'd be kind of scared if he had a thing of unknown power. So I mean, there's that. I mean, and that's that's a place to start. And then if we happen to meet along the way any of the people on our Junie's list,
Yeah,
we can
Junie's
take
list.
care of that.
Mm-hmm.
Then
Yeah.
I don't know if we'll do that, but so are we all in agreement that that's what we're gonna do?
So much.
I think the idea is basically sound. I think we should order it in marshaling allies, and then as part of that, if we can, if we can get a hot lead on the time artifacts, great, we'll follow it, but let's not dwell too much and get lost in that. But I think we're not going to do this by ourselves. And right now, the library is concentrated on one thing, and they need to have their attention diverted. I think our activity in Osbergen, marshaling allies, having them help us however they can. I mean, Erebus Empire can probably help us with the Underdark, finding ways to find out what Varys is up to and slowing him down. Lasha seems to be a very resourceful person in Orlesk. John.
Lasha was also a member.
Yep, a potential
of
member
the Erebus Empire Council. We never really found out that story, but she could help us on two fronts.
I think they're more powerful than they lead on.
Well then, Tegan, who do you suggest we start with?
Do we have a sending stone for John Cresswood?
We don't. We do not.
Then it's off to Trindelog. He has, it's a 2-for-1. He has an artifact. If we can't, I mean, he may not be willing to part with it.
Well, I mean, I think as long as he keeps it, but as long as he keeps it and takes it to Northern Crown, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, there's also oh, I forgot his name. His
Blarick?
husband, Lyric. There's also his were they married? I don't know if they're married. His partner, Lyric. He was very kind to us, and he's on the list we got from Aurelius. So he is a Torchlight member.
Who is it that's at Trindalog? I'm sorry.
Lyric and John.
Well, we can
Oh,
we can
okay.
actually we can confirm that by the last day we saw them was in.
We saw him in Lisa
Lisa
Deer. Or
Deer.
no. Did they go with us to Columns? They came with us to Columns.
Yes.
And then
they
I think we went
went on
back to
their
Lisa
way.
Deer.
Mm-hmm.
We went back to Lisa Deer. So yeah, Lisa Deer was the last place we saw him.
Mm-hmm.
So we can check in with the people at Lisa Deer. I think we do have a sending stone for them, right? Or Aqua. Aqua's in Lisa Deer, right?
Yeah, Shanad currently has that stone, so that she could. But that's something else. I want to talk about.
Just really want to take a nap.
Because there's so many places we need to hit, and so many allies. I think it's best we split up a little bit. You all go find John in Trindalog, or go to Burlesque, and I'll when Shanad's ready to go back to Aqua and Lisa Deer, I will go with her, make sure she's safe, Aqua's safe. Javika, she was the priestess of Elistray in Lisa Deer. She's, according to that list, she's also a member of Torchlight. And I'll keep in contact, and Gerbil will take one of the sending stones and toss it to Tegan.
No, what are you talking about? We've been. Why would not we do this all together?
I.
That's not splitting up. That's just Gerbil leaving.
Gerbil,
I made a promise
that's
to Shanad that
to do what?
I would not leave her again.
That's fine.
Wait.
And
but isn't she safe here?
She is. But look, I've mentioned this I believe I've mentioned it probably to Tegan before. Until now, I was only doing this to rescue Shanad. Now, there's a prophecy and all this stuff, and I understand this is much bigger, and nobody is safe if the library is not stopped. But I'm not leaving Shanad. Not again.
Do you mean to say that you're not leaving Shanad permanently? Do you need to get her back home and then carry on, or
when she gets back to her mother, and once I know that they are both safe, then I will be on my way. But Uh, Helena told us we needed to get our shit together. And I think part of that problem is we trust each other, but I don't think we trust each other enough. I mean, we all still have secrets for the most part.
I trust you, Gerbil. We need you.
Yes, thank you,
See,
Savar.
Your solution
But
to trust
If-
issues is to leave us in the middle of everything.
I'm sorry, but this place is safe enough. But the whole reason that we must embark on this, as we are now finding, is that there is no safe that will be safe if the library is not stopped.
and that's why I'm not stopping on our mission. We are dividing and conquering. There are lots of places, lots of allies we need to meet. We save time if we split up.
So you're
but-
taking them with you?
I will bring Aqua and Shanad back here when they're ready. But things have changed. I have a daughter. A daughter I did not know I had. And I also have a son that I did not know I had. They're they're twins. My daughter's here. You've all seen her. Shanad's friend, Losa. Losa is my daughter. The daughter I had with Addie in the Feywild, and then before we left, Addie at one point brought them here for safekeeping. And then me and her went on a mission I still don't know because I forgot, and we ran into Gorbin, and Gorbin killed Addie, and I knew nothing. But I walked around Osbergen carrying my wife's remains, thinking that was all I had left of her. And I probably could have found her resting place a lot quicker than I did, but I took my time because I thought that was all I had left. And now I find out that I abandoned my children, and I didn't even know it. Well, I was feeling sorry for myself, carrying a corpse. And I'm not leaving her. I will not. But don't. My commitment, and Gerber will look at Tegan in the eyes when he says commitment, to this cause has never been greater. Because for the past 5 years, these motherfuckers have been throwing cities at my daughter and son. And I will see every one of them dead. But right now, I need to be here for them. Well, Lohse, I don't even know where my son is currently. Which that is on my list of things, but
June just hands him a piece of parchment. It's a blank.
Or-
It's for a list.
thank you, Junie.
Rhaenyra, how do you get out of here? How do you
Oh.
where's the door? Where's the is it do I just go back to the way we came? Is it just
Indeed, yes. I mean, you have a place here to stay if you would
Nah,
like.
it's
It
door, please. She just
Junie,
The portal's still open.
Yeah,
so-
and Junie leaves. Yep. Everyone watches as the portal opens and Junie steps out. And it, I assume closes behind her.
I wish there was another way.
I'm not abandoning Well, I'll be back when when we're ready for the final push. I could even check out some of the other places of power. We still divide and conquer. I just gave Tegan a sending stone. I will keep the other one. And if Tegan can't contact me, both Kazeel and Venarius can, I'm sure, talk to me with their magic. I prefer it if Tegan calls first, though. No offense, Kazeel. But yeah. Yeah, Gerbil will get his, pack, move Tulip out of the way. He's been taking care of Tulip off screen.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Just kind of set Tulip on his shoulder. He'll I have stuff that it'd probably be better with y'all. I have a sending stone to Dirk. He is an ally, and he should have other allies with him. And he may know more people that we don't know that can help. I have a sending stone to Lashta. I'll set it down. This sending stone was to Geneva, but I don't know who might have the other one. This stone, this stone's to Dredea. I was gonna give it to Junie. Also, Pixfin, this is that battle axe we found in the woods like a long time ago that I've been carrying for you.
Oh,
Do you want it back?
well, I maybe not, Gerbil. If someone else wants to take it, that's fine. But if not, I'll take it with me.
I mean, if you guys want to sell it
You could.
or something,
Well, you know what? I'll take it. I'm sure that I'll need something. It's funny, right? That Gerbil was talking about leaving, And funny thing was is that I was kind of going to have a similar conversation, but was just kind of putting it off. But maybe now is the right time. I think I'm going to stay, and I've been talking to Athera, who is Varys' mother. Been talking to Athera, and I might try to work with her to try and get, down into the Underdark and do some spying and try to get, I can still help y'all, but try to work my way down there and find out information. So I think this will help. I've been raising the spider that I got. The spider egg. It's already hatched. Spider comes in. It's a large spider. I've been
just holds on to Tulip.
I've been raising it on the side, and it's quite grown. And I think I can do some good with this. And I think Gerbil's going along with what Gerbil said. I think we're not leaving the group. We're just helping in our own way. And well, I didn't want, but so I'll take the axe, and because I'm sure that I'll need to fight, fight off those dark elves, and I'll do what I can. Just like Gerbil. I'm gonna step out. I'm gonna step out though now, and she'll come step out. I'm gonna go check on Junie. She does not check on Junie.
We never see a picture again. No.
Yeah. This is not how I thought this conversation was going to go.
Before you go, are you sure you don't want a comfortable bed to sleep in, at least for tonight?
Oh, I'm good, Rhaenyra. Thank you.
What is happening?
Oh.
Didn't even offer to leave you the pastries.
No, she didn't.
Gerbil, if I may, there is magic I've been studying. If you would truly like to split our power, split up, there is a way. You could remain with the group and also fulfill the desires of your heart.
As a surrogate father.
Thanks. Thanks, Rhaenyra. I don't know what that means, but if there is a version of me that knows about my children, I can guarantee you every version of me would stay with her. So
that I understand that is respectable and a quandary I contemplated, but I figured I would ask.
I do think you all need every advantage you can get. Just as we were discussing with Mickey and Helena, dangers tends to follow us. One and maybe some smaller ones are easier to sneak through places than a group. Anyway, here's the crystal ball of telepathy. Just set down with sing stones. And Zavar, do you want my ring of animal influence so you can talk to animals.
Ooh.
Sure. I guess I'll take what I can get to. I guess I'll have something to look at every time I take a drink, and I wish you were laying next to me, sitting on the floor, sharing one with me.
Don't
Speak
be like
with
that.
animals. I will be like that. This is going to be difficult without you.
You'll be fine. You won't have a jumpy bugbear shooting at giant flying things that we want to sneak by anymore.
Well, sure, take away all of my entertainment.
I have no doubt you will find entertainment so far.
Alright, I cannot lie. That's fair.
The bottom of a bottle.
Speaking of, here, take this. And I'll hand him one of my other bottles.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh. Also, this is a map of Victor I got a long time ago as well. I mean, we've only ever been to Trindalog, and that sounds like that's all we really need to go, but yeah. Yeah, I mean, this isn't goodbye. And I'll see you off when you guys choose to leave. But I need to go have another difficult conversation, because Losa technically doesn't know I'm her father yet. So
Ooh,
yeah. So pray to whatever higher being for me, please.
Feel free to drink that I gave you first. That will help. Not too much. I said not too much.
Right. Right. Oh. I also have a crossbow I've never used. You want a crossbow?
No, they're too unwieldy for me.
Okay.
I just get in my way.
Oh. This is probably important too. Right, sorry. I got a lot of stuff. Here's that's Cullum's soul cage. It can trap up to 5 spirits, and it destroys 5 spirits. But you kind of have to be careful, because if there's a chance, if there's not 5 unbodied spirits, it will just take the spirits of bodied people. So I mean, it's an emergency worst case button if you're attacked by some, yeah. And he'll just kind of push it.
So this
I will hang on.
metal cage doesn't seem to have a door on it. Has little crystals kind of in the corners. Zunte.
All right. I can honestly say, meeting you all and traveling with you all has changed my life. So it's been a rough 3 weeks.
It's been longer than 3 weeks.
Month. Tegan, you wanna frisk me so you don't have to chase after me?
Oh, I was gonna offer a hug.
He knows better.
No, I don't want you to chase after me like when Kazil ditched us.
Oh.
Nope.
Right. Well.
Well, I don't know about you, but I am ready to get drunk and pass out. This is kind of difficult to take, Dribble. Whether or not, well, whenever we are able to reconnect with you again, but if that is what you feel you must do, then how can we stop you?
Gerald will stretch out his arm for a handshake with Zavar.
With a trembling hesitation, we'll grab it enthusiastically.
Yeah. We'll do the whole meme whoa. And Gerbil will pull kind of Zavar in like a bro hug thing. And he'll whisper in Zavar's ear, "Buck up, because you're the best of us." and he'll go over to Renarius, give him a slap on the back, and then catch him as he falls.
Renarius will go in for a hug.
Gerbil will hug back. Don't turn into an evil god.
With your help, hopefully, I will not. Please be safe. I have enough to worry about.
You're stronger than you know. You don't need to worry as much as you do. Which I know, just saying that will probably just make you worry more. So I'll shut up now.
Mm-hmm.
Tegan and Gerbil will just nod towards Tegan. Kazil. Gerbil.
Are you sure you don't want a comfortable bed to sleep in?
I might, unless it's too awkward, but
the door will be open. I know
right.
You have conversations.
Yeah. I probably also need to go find Junie.
Would you like another?
No, I'm good. And I'll see you later tonight or tomorrow.
And we'll say with that, as Gerbil heads out of the mansion, leaving the 4 of you, Juniper's out somewhere, Pixarin has stepped away. And that's when we'll end tonight's session. All right. Well, thank you, players. Thank you, viewers, for being here. You've been watching The Forsaken, which is every Monday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time here on Madbird Streams. We have a lot of content here. Tons. We have Wednesday, we'll be having Mad Indie Game Time at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. The Penumbra Assembly at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Thursday, we got Drawing Dan, Paint by Minis. We have more D&D this weekend in Extremis on Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. And at the Obsidian Scar on Sunday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. So stay tuned. We have so much stuff and more to come. A couple of D&D games that will be starting soonish over the next few months, so that's exciting. And yeah, again, we were so happy to have you. I don't know if, let me give a quick look here and see if there's anyone that we can raid over to that's streaming currently. Yeah, let's go over to, well, of course I'm getting a, yeah, let's go over to Nat 20 and give them some love. Give a call in the chat when we get over there. And there you go. Again, thank you so much for being here. We appreciate you, and we'll see you next time. All right. Bye.
Bye. Sweet dreams.
Meow.